I'm not going there. I wanted to write a love song, and there was a lot of intention behind it. I had been trying to write songs, and they were always coming out as kind of sappy ballads, corny. But I wanted to write a love song that had energy, that used like thick bluesy chords, that basically just was like a rock love song. There's no complexity to the lyrics. It's pretty face value what the song is about. A love interest, how beautiful that person is, and you know. But I wanted it to have like oomph instead of sappy. The song didn't really morph much. I wrote it at a time when I had no conception that I was ever going to be in a band. There was just one guitar, so we definitely had to figure out a second guitar part. And you hear that do 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 do. That part, John came up with that, and at first, I honestly didn't think I liked it very much. It like threw me because the song was already so fully formed in my head. And again, both songs for me were a letting go process of seeing what the group could do together. But we worked on the placement and the rhythm of it. Some of the effects that were put on that guitar, John's guitar in the studio, really made it pop, and all of a sudden it just kind of like latched in and fit, and it gave it like almost like a psychedelic feel, almost otherworldly, which kind of goes with that idea of like this radiance, that was probably the biggest thing for me personally that morphed in that song, was trying to come up with that second guitar part. And it was a little twist too, because John's normally the rhythm guitar player, and I consider that a little lead line, and so it was maybe a switch for him. Maybe he might have enjoyed playing it. I'm sure he does. Yeah, and of course, having Jake play drums on all this stuff, it just brings out everything that a drum machine can't, you know. And again, that was what was in my head as I recorded it a long time ago. It was just a really basic drum beat, and then Jacob just throws stuff in there that brings everything to life on all of our songs, really. Carolyn added an organ part, and at 4 Rail Studio, there's a Hammond B3 organ in there that was actually owned at one time by Sly Stone. It's pretty cool that the organ on our album was owned by Sly Stone. The lyrics at the beginning of the song kind of start in a darker place, and then the singer has this realization of the radiance of the beauty of his love interest. But in the studio, it was cool. We decided to make the beginning of the song a little bit more lo-fi, at least in the vocal treatment. So you hear a lot more like flat EQ, and then the lyrics, "Then I saw you," it opens up, and the song really kind of blossoms from there. There's a few things I really like about this song. Again, the idea of bringing something that was already kind of fully formed, at least for me, breaking it apart, getting 7 people to collaborate on something, and everybody finding a little niche into the song that just made it better than it originally was. I really like my guitar solo in this song. This was the first song of all of the songs on the album where I actually sat down and wrote a solo, and then I kind of just applied that thought process with the rest of the solos on the album. I hope listeners like the energy of the song. This is just kind of a straightforward rock song. You know, we've got some country, we've got Americana, we've got reggae, and this is one of probably 2 like just straight up hit 'em hard rock songs. It's one of my favorite things about the song, and I hope listeners like it too.